all-new season of Mommy in Chief. I'm Karyn Parsons, and I'm excited to be back speaking with moms as we seek to find balance between kids, family, and careers. This season, we're calling in our all-star cabinet of supermoms to share their experiences and journey through motherhood. From running a household, to raising children, to being a wife, we're providing you with a little extra support so that you too can be the best Mommy in Chief. Today's guest is no stranger to juggling motherhood, business, family, all of it. We have Rene Syler here from GoodEnoughMother.com. She is a dynamic television personality, author, and the creator of GoodEnoughMother.com. Rene, thank you so much for being here.
Hi.
It's great to have you here.
I love your hair.
I love your hair.
Let's break it down. Let's talk about what we really want to talk about.
Your hair. Secrets.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. So just could you tell me a little bit about like how that came to be, the name Good Enough Mother, and what it's about?
Yeah, you know what? I liked Good Enough Mother because it really does, in a word, tell you that good enough is pretty much okay. You know, that good enough is perfect. And that was my whole idea behind the concept, was that I wanted women particularly to know that, you know, this wasn't a race or a competition.
Thank you very much. Right?
Exactly. And that what you were doing was okay, that your kids were going to be okay, you were going to be okay. Just today I tweeted, I said, parents, you know, be a safety net, not a safety harness. Because the point is, you gotta let your kids fall. You gotta let them fall. You gotta let them learn how to pick themselves up, because you're not always gonna be there for them.
Right, exactly. That's so funny you said that. I was on the street yesterday, and a little boy came down the hill on his bike. And I went, ah! And he crashed. He wiped out. And I jumped, and his dad ran by me and goes, he has to fall, he has to fall.
Exactly.
Like,
and what happened? What did he do? What was his reaction?
He went up and he just picked him up and said, you're okay, and the kid didn't cry. I think his first reaction when he looked at me and saw my face was he almost did start crying, because I was looking at him, you know, because it shocked me and scared me to see him go down.
I think that is a great example of what I'm talking about. Obviously, men and women are different. We parent differently. We react and respond differently to our children. But the fact is, that kid was all right. What I do is, you have to just repeat after me, I don't care. I don't care what people think, say, do, whatever about me and my parenting. You are internally driven. You know what you're doing is right for you and for your kids and for your family, and everybody else be damned.
So, Rene's tips on how we too can be Wonder Woman with balancing it all, with having the family and the business and the marriage and having all of this stuff all work together.
Okay.
Tips.
So the first thing is, I think everybody wants to know if they can have it all. And I would say, yes, you may have it all, but not all at the same time. Okay. So right there, prioritize, figure out what's the most important. Number two, like I said, be as good to yourself as you are to everybody else. That means for women, not just mental, but also physical and emotional. You know, hang out with your girlfriends. Yes. Make sure you go get your mammograms, you know, once a year if you're of that age. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because how can you take care of anybody else if you're not taking care of you?
Do you get up early to have time to yourself before other people, or to do things, or do you?
I stay up late and I get up early. You know, I know it's not going to be like this forever, but it's going to be like this for now. When you're building a business and you're doing all this stuff, you know what? This is what it's like.
It sounds like a lot of it for you is a frame of mind, is an attitude, because it sounds like you're not worrying about it. You're saying, you know what, this is gonna wait. It just has to be that way.
Well, because what's the alternative? I mean, what's the alternative? You sit up, you stress yourself out, and you're like, I can't sleep. Then you can't sleep. You look like crap. I mean, what's the point? No. Some of it, I think you have to just be willing to understand that I just can't do that.
You've got your list. I did good enough. I am good enough.
Yeah.
And doggone it, people like me.
That's right. They like me. They really like me. And if they don't, who cares?
Who cares, right? I don't care.
I don't care. Repeat after me. And then the last thing really is that, you know what? Sometimes good enough is perfect.
I love that. Thank you so much. You are so awesome.
Listen, you're going to be getting a bill for my therapy. FYI. Just saying.
Well, I'm not going to have to go to therapy after this, so that works. Thank you so much, Rene, for being here. Can you tell people again how they can find you?
Yes, you can go to GoodEnoughMother.com, and that's ENOUGH, the way it's supposed to be spelled, or you can follow me on Twitter at GoodEnoughMother, and that's ENUF. And then I have a Facebook page and a phone number and all that other stuff, but just go to the website.
And it's a great, great site. So I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
Good seeing you. Join us next time when we chat with eco-friendly interior designer Robin Wilson as she prepares for experiencing motherhood for the first time. And as always, for more information on today's episode, you can visit our website at madamnoir.com/mommyinchief and like us on Facebook. And you can also follow us on Twitter at Madame Noir. And you can always find me on Twitter at Karyn, Karyn_Parsons, or at www.sweetblackberry.org. Thanks.